This is Lee with 82 Game and 12, and this is going to be video 9 over the playthrough of Great Battles of Julius Caesar, Deluxe Edition, the Battle of Pharsalus, around 48 BC. I don't use the BCE, I use the old before Christ. And this is the north map. So, and just kind of a pandering there of the battlefield. And when I got abruptly interrupted due to a phone call that got through, usually I'm able to ignore those because I do video with my phone. And so we were in the middle of some resolution of combat right here with Iphrenius was right down here. Iphrenius right here, and we'd worked through and got all the way here to the last two engagements here that we have to go through. So before I jump into that, let's just mention our sponsors here. We've got Mer2. They make really great jewelry for men, fine quality, made out of the best products, components. They've got a unique clasp system using stainless steel and magnets. So they just slip in and then they're magnetically connected. So, and you would think this was brand new just by looking at it, but I've had it for, I guess this will be going on 4 years. So, and it's in excellent condition. Same thing with the one that's got the beads. And this is one that I really didn't think would last. I expected the beads to just pop off at some point, and they haven't done that. And I wear both of them quite often. And for me, I grew up wearing a watch, and I've got that kind of a ghost feeling that I should have something there. And it's nice to have a bracelet there. I don't want a heavy cumbersome watch. So you can check them out at mer2.com. They come in these nice little bags for storage, and I recommend them if you're looking for some jewelry for yourself as a man, or if you're a woman and you looking for a gift. Makes great gifts. So next we have Serious Dice. Got an A here. Serious A Dice. The website's just seriousdice.com in Brooklyn, New York. These are rounded dice, and they have many different colors. What's unique is you always get one 20-sided dice that's a different color. It's not always going to be a white one, but the two sets that I have, that's what I have, a white. So you get a 20-sided that's the color of the set, and then of course you get this odd dice color. So if you're into dice, I kind of have a, I don't know if you call it a fetish or what. I just I guess it's a habit of just picking up dice. I've got dice all over the place. There's quite a few Chesic dice over there, but and I've got more stacked around. I see a color or a unique type of dice, and I have to pick it up. So there we go. So you can reach them at, like I said, SeriousDice.com. Check them out. They're very reasonable. This set here was $9, and so very reasonable. The other dice are going to be different prices, but check them out. And if you're a dice enthusiast, I suggest it. So, or if you're just looking for a set. So, all right. So let's just jump right into this. We're actually in the second turn, and like I said, I got interrupted by a phone call that just cut my camera right off, and I need to just get me a camera to use for my videoing, and then I could probably do better editing and so forth. But at the present time, I'm not doing that, so I'm just using my phone. So we have to resolve these other two conflicts here. And so we've got these two cohorts here that are stacked against this one veteran. So these are conscripts against this veteran. Let's see, it's going to be a conscript no matter what. Both of them are conscripts. So, and the die roll was a 3. I still have that. So it's the green against the red. All right, so we got a conscript against a veteran. There's no attack or defense superiority, position shorty, so forth like that. There's none of that. So we got a conscript against a veteran. That's going to be a 7. Okay, so we started off at 7. Because the veteran, what's that, 6th Legion cohort there, is depleted, we go up to 8. And then because there's 2 against 1, we go up to 9. And we have a 3. So that's going to be 2 and 2. So let's see here. He's going to take 2, so he's going to be a 5. And I meant to get some more routed markers from another game. And these guys here each have to take 1. So let's see what we've got here. Okay, so the top guy is going to be at 3. The bottom guy will be at 2. All right, so we're finished with that. And then we got one more to go. Let's close in a little bit. So we've got this one here. Oops. And I'm just causing issues up and down the line here. All right. So we've got conscript against veteran again. It's 2 to 1. So we're going to be on the 7. So it goes to, due to this unit being depleted, it goes to 8. 2 to 1 becomes 9. And I rolled a 1. That's not a 10. It's a 1. Percentage dice there. So it's 3 and 2. So the attackers have to take 3. So let's see what the top guy. Well, it's going to be rout. The top guy's got to take the 2 hits. This guy would actually be at 2, but this guy's going to be at 5, so that means both of them are route. That's the problem when you got 2 guys stacked. Okay, and then this guy has to take 2, and he routes. So now we have to roll. Well, they would both be end up being in a. I'm gonna have to look at that. Let's see if I've got 2 route markers to use here. We're gonna have to. I don't know why they don't provide you with enough. There's one. They don't provide you with enough route markers. You've got these large battles. You need the route markers. So let me turn him here. Leave that there. And let's see, I don't think, oh, there's one. Don't have it yet. Not yet, I don't. Okay, so I need to check here about that. When you have a situation where both would route, they have a rule concerning that. So I need to go to that. Okay, so it says if all units in a shock combat would route, then you're going to use rule 10.15. So let's move over there. Okay. If during shock resolution all attacking defending units would route, the following occurs. The attacker adds to his total hits the number of cohesion hits that he would incur were he to advance after combat. Well, he's not going to incur any. All units on the side with the unit that has the greatest discrepancy between hits and TQ rating route. Okay, it says if the difference between hits and TQ is the same for both sides, the defender routes. Okay, so basically it's saying, okay, if the difference between the hits and TQ is the same for both sides, the defender routes, and the cohesion hits on the attacking units are adjusted to the unit's TQ minus 1, and the attacker advances after combat. But he's not going to advance because he's still got someone in his front hex. And it says that over here in Advanced After Combat 8.5, okay, they would advance with the exception that an attacker in the zone of control of an enemy unit does not. And so this unit, if he's the one that stays, he's got this unit in his Zoc, so he wouldn't advance. But he might have to roll for collapse. And then I wanted to check about, okay, the stacking of the, let's see where this is at, if I can find the stacking. Let's see where it's at. I think it's toward the back here. Where does it talk about the stacking? I think it's much earlier. Let's see, maybe it's up here at the front. I think it's way at the front. No, it's not that far at the front. Sometimes I have a hard time finding things in these rule books. Oh, here we go, stacking. Okay. It says that if the top cohort routes, the bottom routes. And if the bottom routes, then the top has to take a TQ check. So, all right, so according to the rules, they both failed. They were both even with their TQ. This guy actually had a higher number. So he's going to route. These guys here, okay, may not route. I know the bottom guy had 2, and then he would have to go to 3. And the top guy, we go to 4. Okay. So that means we have to check him. Okay. All right, so we're done there with the combat aspect, resolving the combat. Now we have to go through and we have to do the routing. Okay, route moves and any advances and so forth that would occur. So, okay, so we're going to start over here. So right here is where we're going to start. So he's going to route move 1, 2. And then these guys would move in. Like so. All right. So now we move down to here. This guy is going to route 1, 2, and these guys will move in here, and this guy's going to be able to fire at them. So they So those guys move to there. And this guy gets to fire. Reaction fire. With his javelin. Got a 5, that's a hit. And because that's a hit, these guys are going to rout. Because he had a 4, so both of them are routing, even though that guy only had a 1. So let's turn them around, and they go back. 1, 2, go back to there. And I guess that guy would then go to missile no. We're using his missiles. Okay, now we move to the next one here. This one here is at 6. I think I'd supposed to do the routes first. I mean, these guys aren't going to be able to move, because they're still in a zone of control. So that guy moves to there. So let's roll for this guy. He's got a 6. All right, so let's rolled a 6. He's got a 7, so he passed. So this would go down to a 5, and he stays. The other guy has a 6. Rolled a 6. He gets to stay. And then we have this guy right here. He's got a 5. I rolled a 7. They're going to run. They're fleeing. So and let's see if we've got any more. Don't think we do. That means I've got to break open something else. I might. What we got over here? We got an old SPQ. I don't think it's going to have very many routed markers. Not very many at all. It's like, well, I'm better off opening up a something else. No, that's all right. I'll open it up. So this is an old. This is an old SPQ box. So, all right. Now, we had a trump. He's the one that trumped. So I believe he has his momentums. He can try to go for momentum. What do we got here? Okay. So he can try to get momentum, and I think he will. So Afranius or Afranius, could be Afranius. That sounds more Roman. Afranius. So he would have to roll a 4 to get his momentum. 4 or less. He rolled a 5, so he's finished. All right, so now we would go to any other Tribune that would like to maybe activate. And let's see here. We got running down here. So I know this one down here is gonna, he's too far away from Julius. And Julius is not close enough. So this guy here is gonna go ahead and activate. So and this guy here is outside of Mark Anthony's range. So he might as well try to activate before the Pompanian Tribune tries to activate. So we would have a roll to see who's going to activate first. And let's see. I think I already had a roll, and I probably should have just kept that same back and forth, but I had that trump, so but it would actually go to whoever was next. But it was over here, I think it was like, was it Sola? No, it was a Tribune that was rolling, gaining momentum. So I think think yeah, I think a lot of these Tribunes are going to be going. So I think actually Tribunes can't trump. And I believe it should be, even though Scipio is the one that, no. Aphronius went. I believe the Tribune that should have been next would be this one here already went. Would be the Senatorial Tribune. So it would be this one here. I don't think I have to roll. I'm not rolling each time. It's just back and forth, back and forth. So here, he's going to activate. He's got 2 activations. So he is going to have their missile no. He's going to have one of these stacked units, stacked guys. He's going to move over here, 1, 2, and attack there. And then this other one is going to move up here, 1, 2, and then try to attack into this one's flank. Now, both of these guys are missile no's, but I do have to check that Roman would get to react to that movement. Yeah, facing change. But he can incur let's pull up on him. So the unit that moved and the unit that is reacting, he's got a cohesion of 6. Movement is the same, so there's going to be no plus or minus added to the die. It does have the charisma of the, let's see, I don't think that would really matter. And then they could also fire their Pele. So all right, so let's roll that to see what happens here. He's got a 5 and he's got a 6, so he's able to turn. And not only that, but then he can fire his javelin, and he gets a hit. So this unit here is going to takes a hit. Yeah, both of those are going to be shock must check. So we've got shock must check here and shock must check here. Now over here, this unit here, now that means that Tribune's not able to move. He's already used both of his activations, so he can't move. So this unit here was not able to turn because he's already got this unit there. So he's kind of in a rock and a hard place there. And I don't think he can cross this river over here. I think. Let's see here. What does it say about the river? It may not say anything. I thought it would. I don't thought I read something about it. Yeah, I guess I can't cross that. All right, so we can go right to the attacks and so forth. Okay, so the first thing we've got is we've got to roll for the shockness check table. Ouch. Okay, the Pompey's forces, both which are part of Galatia, rolled 9s. So he's going to go up to 2. Okay. Kind of right there. This guy's going to go up to 5. Ouch. Alright, this got a 7, this guy's got a 6, so neither one of them are affected. The other thing I have to roll for, so we're done with these two things, is to see about this Tribune. No. Okay. So next is just rolling the dice and determining the results of the combat. Alright, so we're going from right to left, as we always go. Okay. So alright, so we've got a veteran here and a veteran here. Now these guys are not depleted, but he's getting attacked into the flank. So it's veteran against veteran. Because of the flank attack, the attacker is superior. Okay. So we're going to be on the 9 column. And we had a 6 on the 9 column. It's going to be 2 and 3, which becomes 2 and 6, which means 2 here is, he's going to be at 4. This guy here is going to be he's really going to be eliminated. He doesn't have anywhere to go. He can go there. He'll be crossing that there, so he's just going to be flat out eliminated. But this guy takes 2, so he's at 4. He ends up right there. Of course, he's missile no. All right. Now the next one would have been the flank, but he turned. Okay, so we got veteran against veteran. That's just going to be straight up 7. But the defender has a leader with him, so that's going to affect the dice by 2. All right, so that's going to be straight up 7. We had a 3, so that's going to go become a 1. So it's going to be 3 for the attacker, 2 for the defender. So I think the attacker's going to rout. Yep, he's going to rout. We've got 2 for the defender. So this guy was here. So he's routing. I'm going to pour these into here. Make them easier to get to. Let's pull back here a little bit. Okay. So he's finished. No momentum for anyone. Unless they have a initiative higher than a 4. All right. Okay. And I'm going to activate on the Caesarean side. He's going to send this guy against this guy, who's going to turn. He's going to try to turn. And he's successful. I rolled an 8. He has an 8. So he's able to turn. And we have shot must check here. And then over here We don't want to attack here or here. They're outnumbered. So just this guy over here. All right. So let's roll the dice. All right, both of them passed the TQ check. Okay, we got veteran against veteran. Going to be at 7. And I rolled a 5. So it's going to be 2 and 2. So they're both just going to take 2 hits. This guy's at 4. This guy is at 6. All right, so that Tribune is finished. Okay, now we go back over to Pompey's side, and we're looking for Tribunes that are not going to rely on the section commander. So cross tier, I think these guys have already, I gotta flip these guys over. Both of these Tribunes are finished. Okay. I think I want to go over here to this one down here. Right here. Yeah. Right here. Can almost reach these guys down here. He's got 3 cohorts down here that are routed. This one here belongs to, what is that, the 16th Legion? But What did I have him do? Let me look. Maybe those guys have already. Yeah, 16 and 17. I think they've already. Yeah, 16 and 17 have already. 16 and 17 have already gone, I believe. Because I've already got him turned over. So those guys should have been turned over. Already. Okay. Scipio here. Now, let's see if anybody else. Well, okay. Okay, so if we're looking down here at Pompey. Okay, he can activate this legion, but he can't. This legion here is out of range, his command range. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have since these guys are crumbling, and I have this guy 1, 2 right there. Of course, this guy doesn't have any javelins. These missiles, no, this guy does. So let's go ahead and throw those javelins. Got a 3, so that's a hit. So the top unit here takes a hit. This guy then, for his command, 2, 3, 4, right there. So now we have a roll. That's all he's got he can do. So we would have, here it is. Shock must check. There we go. Fix those guys back. So those are the ones having to check. And I think I also have to roll for the guys underneath. Alright. Okay, so the only one that's affected is going to be the top guy here. And I rolled an 8. So that becomes a 5. Okay. So we can get rid of that. Okay. Now let's roll the result, and it's a 1. All right, so we got veterans against veterans, and it's 2 to 2. The only difference is going to be the depleted status. So from a 7 to an 8, and I rolled a 1. So that's 3 and 2. So the attacker's going to take 3. Defender's going to take 2. Top guy now we're gonna have to roll for collapse. He's got a 7. Rolled a 9. So those guys are fleeing. They're on the run now. Okay. And then these guys would advance. No one can reaction fire. They're all out of pelees. All right. So this Tribune here is flipped over as finished. Okay. So now we look across the battlefield here for maybe a Tribune on this side that would want to do something. Mark Antony wants to command this legion to advance. Now, okay. Now if Mark Antony, if he allows his tribunes to command their units, then he could actually use his orders to rally troops. So I think that's what he's going to do. He wants to rally these guys, especially there in the rear if he can. And he's got a charisma of 3, so he's got a chance. So he's going to activate the Aliad Legion, this Tribune. So he's going to activate this guy to turn and attack here. Now this guy here is missile no, but he has missiles. But we're going to have to roll for shotgun's check for one thing. And he's going to fire his Pele. 6 is a miss. Okay, and then this one here is going to turn right there. So he's got a shot. Let's check. And he fires his missiles. He gets a 1. So this guy takes a hit on the top. Okay. All right. All right, so let's roll for all of them. Okay, so the only one that's going to take any kind of cohesion hits is going to be this one here. I rolled a 9, so he's going to have 4 cohesion hits. So he's going to be right there on the collapse level from the start. Okay, so we've got this guy getting attacked by both of those guys. So we've got recruits against conscripts. Size is going to be the same, 2 to 2. Recruits against conscripts is going to be 8. So we're going to be on the 8. But the attacker is depleted, so it goes back to a 7. I rolled a 1. Okay, which means 3 and 2. So, of course, this guy is going to be routing. Oops. Flip him over. This guy's going to have to take the other 2 hits. And this guy is going to be at 4, which puts him at collapse. And this guy here is going to be at 3. Now, I could have, if you look across here, I could have had this guy attack, but he's outnumbered. They got 1, 2, 3 against 2. So I didn't want to do that. I just thought, well, I'll just let him not attack. So, so we got to roll for the collapse here. And this guy has a 5. So let's see what happens. I rolled a 5, so they're okay. Just reduce that back to a 3, and they hold their ground. All right, so this tribune is finished. Now we go back to Pompey's side. We're looking for tribunes that we're going to activate Let's see here. I could activate this one here's already done. I could activate this tribune here for the Cilicia Legion. Or wait for Julius to command it. Let me take a look here at the command structure again. For these. So the only way you can do a Legion command is if the Tribune is still available for activation. So a section commander can direct in-command tribunes in its section to issue a Legion command. And it says the Tribune may be one that is finished. So, but in order to issue all of his tribunes in his section, issue a Legion command. Okay, so it seems like it's a benefit to just have your tribunes in this type of situation. Go ahead and have them do what you want them to do, because then he can still issue that Legion command if he wishes to one Legion. And right now he's really got, well, he's only got one Tribune in his within his command range, but he could move. So, okay, so what we're due, I guess we're going to have this tribune. So this unit here is going to move up to there. And he would then be shot, must check. And he'll throw his javelin. And he missed. Okay. So that would be, this is his target. And so when we go to combat, shock, says here, 7.33, any unit issued fire-only orders or those simply within the activated leader's command range, and this includes tribune/legates directed to issue legion commands, may choose to attack all enemy combat units of their socks. So does that mean that tribunes can't use their radius, command radius, to have let's see. No, that, let's see here, should be an example. See, I'm new to this Roman orders. I don't think our examples provide that. So maybe that's why it's so important to have the Legion commands. So you're like, what is you mumbling about? Okay, so what I'm talking about here is you've got leaders, okay, and you can use those leaders to allow units within their command range to attack in shock combat. And that would be if they're already engaged, okay, so they haven't moved, they were already engaged, they're just adjacent, okay, they're in the ZOC of an enemy unit, and they're part of their command, okay, and they're within their command range. Can you use the Tribune to activate that unit to attack during shock combat? Now, a regular leader, yes. And what I'm reading here is you can okay, if the Tribune or legate was directed to issue a Legion command. But if they weren't, then a Tribune or legate cannot be used, is my understanding. And it says only those with shock markers may shock attack. And I have been putting, I think I was allowing some of that to occur, even though they were just the Tribunes that were doing it. I think I allowed that earlier, and I shouldn't have. It should have. Well, yeah. So I would say yes, no, they can't. They're just a Tribune, and that's why you would use Latinius there. But he can use that. He can do that during his time when he's activated. So there we go. Okay, so the only one that's going to be able to attack is the one that moved, okay, which we've got the shock must check. So we're going to roll for that. And let's see here, we've got I can remove this missile, no. Okay, so it's just one unit and one unit. Okay, so five and five. Okay, neither one is going to have cohesion hits from that. Okay, now we actually have the combat. So we have a conscript against a veteran. Thing is, when those veterans, oh, they weren't veterans. Okay, so we've got a conscript against a veteran. So that's going to be at 7. He's depleted, so now we're at 8. Oh, we rolled a 0. Uh-oh. 3 and 2. So the attacker takes 3. He takes 2. Okay. We flip this guy over. All right. Okay. Now to this other side. Okay, so this Tribune here could actually try to rally some of these guys. Let's see. Are they called, what, regroup or something? Can they not do it in this, during this one? Oh, there it is, recovery. Okay. Okay, so during an order phase, this is 10.16 recovery. Individual order may be given to remove 2 cohesion hits from a unit in a clear terrain, provided it is not adjacent enemy combat unit or within range and line of sight of an enemy unit that has missiles. Provided a unit is not adjacent to enemy combat unit, 1 cohesion hit may be removed from a unit in a clear terrain, regardless of the presence of non-adjacent enemy missile units. Can't remove more than 2 cohesion hits. Okay, so that's what this Tribune is going to do. This Tribune is going to remove 2 hits from here, from this unit, and then from this unit, 2 hits. And then he's done. Okay, so now we come back over to Pompeii, and let's see here. Do we have anyone? See, both of these guys are locked in. shouldn't be there. It should be like this, I think. I got moved. Okay, so I think they're going to be done. Now this guy can activate and have this just his stack attack, but he's already finished. Same thing here, this guy could have his stack attack, he could have his stack attack. So okay, so we're gonna do that. So right here, this guy's gonna attack here. Okay, so what we have here is conscript against veteran. First thing we have to roll is see if the Tribune is hurt. Nope. Alright, so let me take this Tribune off of here. That. Okay. So we've got this guy here. We've got, it's 2-1. But, okay, they've got to attack both of these guys. They can't attack just one. They've got to attack both. So, conscript against veteran. That's going to be on the 7. Depleted is going to put it on the 8. So, oh, we got a 9. Plus we have the bonus from the Tribune. Okay, so we're at 8. We go to 9. That's going to be 2 and 4. So 4. Okay, so this guy goes to 4. This guy here goes to, ooh, he goes to 5. And then these guys here two and 3. And he would be flipped over as finished. That's all he can do. All right, so he's finished. Now let's see, do we have someone on this other side? Well, this guy here, this Tribune, he could try to rally this unit. So let's see, he's going to try. Rolled a 3, so no, this guy's going to move. Okay, and let's see, he's got another movement. So another activation, put it that way. This guy's going to go to there. So we're going to have a shot. Let's check. So he's attacking there. So go back there. Okay, so he's going to fire his javelin first. He gets a 1. That's a hit. So this guy now goes to 4. And then we got to roll for must check. Okay, nope, everybody's clear on that. So now we roll for the combat. I rolled a 6. Put it up here. Okay, he's a veteran attacking. So he's attacking recruits. That's attack superior. Okay, so veteran against what, a recruit? Okay, is it 6? That's not good. So we're at 6. Depleted goes down to 5, and he's outnumbered 2 to 1, goes to 4. We rolled a 6. That's 2 and 2 becomes 2 and 4 because it's attack superior. So he takes 2. These other guys are going to take 4. So the top guy is going to rout, which forces the bottom guy to rout. Now he advances, and he gets attacked from this guy. Reaction fire. Okay. A miss. Okay. So he's finished. All right, then we come back over to Pompey's side, and we want to attack over here with this guy. These guys are going to attack here. Let's get this missile out of the way. So we have Tribune Syria A attacking. Who's that? 36 Legion cohort. So he's a veteran. And this is going to be shock, no, check. So, okay. Let's see what's on here. All right, so we got to roll for the leader. Nope, he's not hurt. And then we roll for the combat. Yep, I rolled a 1. Not good. All right, so we got a cohort versus a veteran. Okay, cohort versus a veteran, that's 7. Okay, he's depleted. That gets it up to 8, and it's 2 to 1. So we're at 9. It's going to be 3 and 2. So Bender takes 2, and he's going to rout. And These guys gotta take 3 hits. So he's gonna be at 4. Other guy's gonna be at 2. Now wait a minute, the Tribune was involved, so he actually changed the die roll from a 1 to a 3. And that would be 2 and 2, so he would actually not be at 5, but be at 3. So he's not going to have to roll for collapse. And that unit can fire their javelins, and he missed. So, all right, so this Tribune is now up in here. I'm having some difficulties down the line here with these stacked units. There we go. Okay. Oh, that unit is now finished. That Tribune is finished. All right, so now that on the Caesar side, this Tribune is going to try to rally this unit. So he's going to have a 2 or less. He got a 0. Okay, so this guy's going to be getting rallied. Now he's depleted. I rolled a 4, becomes a 2. What's that at? Oh, there it is. So he gets 2 back. Okay. And then the other activation will be this guy. They could go into his flank right here. think you just go to there. Okay, so we've got shot must check. First he fires his pile and he gets a hit. So take a 4. Okay, shock must check. Ooh. Okay, everybody passed. Now the combat. Oh, we got a 1, which the Tribune can affect, but we got to roll to see if the Tribune is injured, and yes, he is. So now we got to roll. Leader casualty. You got a 6. So it just says the leader's finished. He was already finished. So, but he doesn't get to affect the die roll. Okay. Okay, so we've got a veteran against conscripts, and it's going to be attack superior. Okay, attack superior veteran versus conscripts is 8, but due to depletion it goes to 7, due to size it goes to 6, and I rolled a 1, so it's going to be 3 and 4. So he takes 3, and the defenders take 4, which means they're going to rout. So they are going to rout. To the Tribune. And then he can move into here like that. These guys are missile no. Okay. This guy's finished. And I think that's all of the Tribunes except for this Tribune here. So he wants to move this guy. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. He wants to put him right there. And then he's going to be done. Just like that. Okay. So that takes care of all of the Tribunes. Well, no it doesn't. we go over here, this Tribune here, I think he's going to move some people up. So, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So now he's finished. And then over there, Caesar. Guess not. I think I'm going to stop right there. I think that's most of the Tribunes. So then we would go with leaders with an initiative of 3, which is going to be, I think it's, well, there should be a couple of seal. Yeah, over here, if we slide over, we've got, well, of course, we got right here, we got the tenuous Licinius, and then over here we got Piso. Okay, over here with the cavalry, Piso. So we got those 2. Mark Anthony has got a 5. Domitius has a 4. Paulus has Sulla has a 5. Caesar has a 6. So that's what we would have next. Looks like Scipio has a 4. Pompey has a 6. Lavinius has a 4. So yeah, that's where we're going to be. All right, let's pull back here a second and take a look. We've got a push through right here that Mark Anthony's going to have to do something about. And come on, get up there. Got some gaps forming up and down the line here. And more evident over here, right through here, that have opened up. I don't see the Lavinius being able to do much over here with his cavalry. especially with the Legion, the cohorts over there having attack superiority, or defense superiority, as long as they have their javelins or piles. So I think they're gonna be decided here in the center, where you can evidently see the gaps that have been formed. And it's going to come down to who can rally some of their troops and get them back in line. That's going to be a big deal. And Pompey's forces, his leaders, section leaders, are weak in their charisma. So over here you've got all of these routed units, and this section leader is useless because he has a 0 for his charisma. It's going to be up to the tribunes to rush back, and then they're not going to be there to do a legion command and so forth. So it's going to be up to Julius to do something on the front lines while his tribunes are back trying to rally troops. Same thing here with Scipio. Scipio is not going to be any benefit in trying to rally any units. Now he can regroup. He can get some recovery. That's what it's called, recovery to units. But he can't rally. He's got a 0. So that's going to hurt Pompey's forces and not being able to rally troops. While on the other side, you've got Dominius and, of course, Mark Antony can. He's got a 3. Dominius has a 2. Sulla has a 2. Of course, Caesar has a 7. He could rush off to really rally quite a few guys. So, but this is we've gone through the tribunes. I think there's a a couple of tribunes here that haven't activated, and I don't know if I want to save them or what. Oh, well, you got this prefect here has a 3, so cavalry prefect. He could actually do something, activate the cavalry units to do something, possibly. So we'll have to see. But that's where we're at. This is in turn 2. And again, this is the great battles of Julius Caesar, playing the Pharsalus battle. And don't forget to check out our sponsors, Mer2 and Sirius A Dice. So come back for the next video. Appreciate your support.